Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. It's your boys, the OGs, the GOATs, Rick Kamla, Steve Alexander, FSWA Hall of Famer, here at your service. All right. For this hour, we look back at Wednesday night at 11 a.m. Eastern time. We'll be back up with a brand new show. It'll be the preview for Thursday night, helping you win money, helping you close the deal on these championship games that you're in. Doc, we begin with the Magic Man from Wednesday night. And who do you got, brother?
Who do I have? Did I do that last night? Oh, yes, I did. I have a question for you first, though. Okay. Remember when we first started doing these, Andre would always ask us ridiculously hard trivia questions?
Yes.
I missed those days, and I saw something last night on Twitter. I did not go back and verify it, but it sounds legit to me. Rick, who's played the fewest games over the last 2 seasons? Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid?
I feel like it's a trick question, so I'm going to say Ben Simmons. Well, you said played the. Well, I think I had something wrong. You said played the fewest.
Fewest games.
Okay, then I'm going to say Joel Embiid.
58 for Embiid, 60 for Ben Simmons. Damn. That's how far Embiid has fallen, man. Like he's not even playing as much as Ben Simmons plays. It is it's not pretty. All right.
And Ben Simmons doesn't even care. He doesn't even care.
He doesn't. He does not. And Embiid cares. I mean, he's having surgery and stuff, but I cannot draft Joel Embiid. I've never done it. I don't think I ever will.
Dude, do you know how long the don't draft list is going to be next year? From Zion to Ja to who are you just talking about?
Embiid.
Sorry. Embiid,
Paul George,
Ben Simmons, Paul George,
Bradley Beal.
Good point. It's more voluminous than that. I don't know. I'm blanking on who else to put on that thing right now. But Jimmy Butler for me. I don't trust him playing games. He doesn't really hit threes. So anyway, Doc, who's your Magic Man from last night?
I'm going to go with Anthony Davis. I sort of predicted a pop game from Anthony Davis against the Hawks. He crushed the over in rebounds for me. Scored 34 points, 5 blocks, 2 assists, a steal, 2 threes, hit 14 to 23 shots, hit all 4 of his free throws, and hit a running, awkward, off balance, maybe off the wrong foot, one-handed floater to win the game against Atlanta last night, and easily his best game for Dallas this year.
You think, and we're going to talk about this. Derek Lively started last night, guys. Gafford played off their bench. PJ Washington didn't play, but he just was ill. You've got Dinwiddie playing very well. Klay Thompson playing very well. You've now got a little bit of depth and some guys coming off their bench with the Christies, the Jaden Hardys. This is why you bring Anthony Davis back. This is why you have something to go for. You go for it. Sacramento has hit the skids, man. They're playing hobo basketball right now. And Phoenix has just given up on Coach Bud. They plummeted, obviously. So Dallas is probably going to be in the 9 hole. Dallas is probably going to host the 9-10 game. Okay. They're probably going to win that game. And then you're in a one-off to, get one of the final 2 playoff spots in the West. And your assignment is going to be like OKC or Houston or Denver. So what, man? And if you're Dallas, you have to put up a middle finger salute to the entire world, because we all hate what they did with the Luka trade, but they have that internal program arrogance that we did the right thing. We're going to stay the course, blah, blah, blah. This is going to work for us. And no matter what we think on the outside, them thinking that on the inside is powerful, and it leads to their guys being on the court. I love that, Doc. And Anthony Davis, is a top 75 player. He is one of the greatest of all time. He has championship DNA. So don't just sleep on Dallas sucks. Like, let's put it, Doc, if somehow Dallas makes it up to the 7 seed, right? And they play Houston in the first round, you can't tell me that won't be a long basketball series, okay? With the playoff experience on the Dallas side, the lack of it relatively on the Houston side. I'm just saying, soliloquy over. my magic man, Doc, is Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook last night, Doc, played 40 minutes. Can you do me a favor and look up how many minutes he played in that masterpiece against Minnesota while I sing a song about Russ, who played 40 minutes last night? Doc, Peyton Watson got the star treatment last night. Jokic, Murray, Porter, Gordon, Brown, Watson. Peyton Watson got the star treatment last night, and Russell Westbrook did not. How many minutes did Russ play against Minnesota?
He played 38.
And then the very next night, he played 40. That's 78 minutes in probably 24, let's call it 30 hours. Dude, come on, man. I have sung the praises of Russell Westbrook. I have battled for him, Doc. I've died on that hill because there's a lot of people that don't like Russ for whatever reason. The scowl, the chip on the shoulder, all the time. I love that, okay? 30 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 3 threes. I don't care that San Antonio won that game last night. Who cares? Michael Malone clearly didn't care. The medical staff with Denver clearly didn't care. They wanted to get their cats off the court after emptying the gas tank the night before. But Russ, dude, you know what, Doc? The medical team probably went to Russ and said, we want you to sit out tonight. And Russ probably just walked away from them or said something sharper, right? But Russ was probably like, dude, I play. Like James Harden plays. Chris Paul plays. Have you noticed that Chris Paul's taking no games off, bro? Like, you got to love that. And I know the stats, last night he was good, but the stats kind of suck. But, dude, you got to love that from Chris Paul, man. Like, he has nothing to play for right now. Could definitely have gone to the medical team and, yo, man, my ankle. Shut him down, right? More Castle, blah, blah, blah. But no, he wants to play. He loves the game. He's the anti-Ben Simmons.
I don't want to rain on your Russell Westbrook celebration. But they started Zeke Naji, Hunter Tyson, DeAndre Jordan. They got him out of the old folks' home and rolled him out there in a wheelchair. And Jalen Pickett. The fact that Westbrook only scored 30 can only be blamed on the fact he played 38 minutes the night before. Had he been fresh, I think he would have probably gone for 40 or 50 in a triple-double. I guess. Yeah. And let's not forget that he made 2 huge mistakes and kind of cost them the game the night before. But, he was out there playing when none of his boys were, including Peyton Watson even. But they rested Jokic. They rested Murray. They rested MPJ. They rested Aaron Gordon. They rested everybody. So they literally had their G League squad out there with Russ.
Hunter Tyson out there banging threes. Get into your must-add players from last night, Doc. Who you got? Let's start with Lively and Gafford, bro. Like Lively came back and played, started 4 points, 5 boards, 1 block, 16 minutes. Gafford played 20 minutes, Doc. You know what? You remember yesterday? I said Gafford over 10.5 points. You remember that? How many
and you
points
also said he doesn't need a lot of minutes to do it.
Well, Bruce said that earlier this week, so I'll give him the original tout on that. But how many points did Daniel Gafford have last night?
I don't know.
He had 11.
Beautiful.
The point prop was 10.5, and my boy got to 11. Let's go.
Andre, and you are not going to believe this, but I actually hit 2 prop parlays last night.
Okay? You've got to unpack these, or maybe we'll wait till what you got to unpack these. Who did you have? Who did you hit on? We're reviewing last night. Let's do this.
You tell me some pickups. I'll pull it up and look. I don't even know.
So I'll give you my spiel here on Lively and Gafford. For Dallas, in reality, it's amazing that these guys are back. Okay, in fantasy, it's a gigantic buzzkill. Because if Gafford's coming back, and even if the minutes are kind of light, like he's the guy, right? He's not the guy now. They're back to Gaffley, as I call it. They're 2-pack of centers, Lively and Gafford. So, and we're going to go back to that one night it's going to be a Lively game. The next night it's going to be a Gafford game. Then it's going to be a Lively game. Then it's going to be a Gafford game. I don't really see them both firing in the same game a lot. It might happen. But the fact that Lively has come back has like taken a pin to the balloon of Daniel Gafford. And here's another buzzkill to chew on. Dallas has a back-to-back over the weekend. It's highly unlikely that Lively plays both of those games and that Gafford plays both of those games. So the Lively Gafford thing, as great as it is in reality, frankly, it's like I'm not going there in fantasy. I see it, I'm monitoring it, but I'm not activating on it right now.
Well, and you talked about it already, but the fact they're playing for something is, first of all, incredible. I thought it was over. I did not think the Phoenix Suns could be this bad. I also did not think the Sacramento Kings could suck this bad. They're terrible right now. I mean, they're terrible. It's all, there's too many cooks in the kitchen, man. Dallas is a game and a half up on the Kings. There are 2.5 games up on Phoenix. So they're going to be able to give those guys a night off. And Anthony Davis might get one of those back-to-backs off as well.
For sure.
Because once they're locked in, they need to get ready for the playoffs and make sure these guys can play. So I like all three of those guys, AD, Gafford, and Lively. I just don't trust any of them to be out there when I need them. You know what I'm saying?
100%, dude. 100%. So take us into the prop parlays you won last night.
I had the Pacers to win with Tyrese Halliburton over 9.5 assists. He had 10.
Good
barely
call.
did it. Zubac double. He got his 10th rebound with like 30 seconds left. Thank God. And Antonio Reeves over 10.5. He had 11. All three of those player props hit by a half point.
What is wrong with you? And so you played a point prop over on Antonio Reeves in what was likely going to be a blowout. And New Orleans did a good job of hanging in there, dude. But then ultimately, I think it was a 16-point win by LAC. Look at you are daring, dude. Yeah, I mean, you are. I guess I was last night. I took the point prop over on Keon Ellis. I think he had 2 damn points last night. All right, now what was the other one you hit?
Well, I missed. I had the Thunder minus 13, which hit, and I had the Nuggets minus 9. But I did that early in the day, just as I told you all not to do. And then Denver sat everyone. And I already went over that starting lineup that I had at minus 9. Loser. I also hit the Trae Young over in assist with Anthony Davis over in rebounds. And the Trae may have only had 12 assists, but AD crushed his rebounds. So hit a couple. It was nice. We're back in the green. Go over some more of your pickups. You got this started. I've got a bunch of pickups, and then I've got some notes I want to go over. All right,
let me. We're okay. All right, this guy is becoming a big deal, and you were on him before I was, and you know we do the Doc's guy, Bruce guy game. This is your guy, okay? But I want to talk about him right now. Do you know where I'm going with this before I go here? Since our brains are usually in lockstep, I just want to test you here. Do you know the player that I'm about to talk about right now?
It could be Bub.
It's not.
It could be Julian Champagny.
Nah.
Okay. Who you got?
It's Pell Larson.
Oh yeah, dude. He's at the top of my list.
That's your guy. So here's what I did last night in the Cam Dynasty, Doc. I had the Keldon Johnson thing. I had the Jamal Murray thing. And Doc, after having to put Jalen Clark in my lineup on Tuesday night, last night, I was like, all right, I'm just going at it without Jamal Murray. And this was before they had ruled out everybody, right? It was around 7 o'clock. You got to set your lineup, right? And so I went with Pell Larson. I picked him up, and here's another reason why I did that, Doc. As of last night, he had 3 games left this week, and he's got another game here tonight. And tonight's a streamer night. Pell Larson will come back up in our preview show that starts at 11 a.m. right after this one is over. I was a little bit afraid of Pell Larson last night, Doc, because he is the hot pickup guy, and you know that usually leads to a downturn, just kind of that Murphy's Law thing. It's at Boston, you know, obviously a tough place to play. So I'm like, but I got to go there. Okay, like the numbers are good. It's a Cam dynasty. The waiver wire's thin. I mean, my choices were like Keon Brooks, Antonio Reeves, Jose Alvarado, who did fire last night, finally. But he had comatose me. That's why I didn't go there. And some other guys that weren't that hot, right? Went Pell Larson. He went 16, 4 and 4, a steal, 2 threes, 30 minutes played. Thank you. That's all I'm looking for. Okay. It's not a Jamal Murray line, Doc, but it's a pretty damn good line. He's had 3 really good lines in a row. Still, he has a game tonight and then a game over the weekend. And I think the game's on Saturday. And there's a scheduling thing people need to know. When you're making pickups right now, look at when they play. And if you see they play on the 4th and the 6th, that's Friday and Sunday, you might not want to pick those guys up because Friday, you're not going to have a hard time fielding a lineup. Sunday, you're not going to have a hard time fielding a lineup. It's Thursday and Saturday that are the lighter nights. So go for guys on teams to play on that Thursday and Saturday combo as opposed to the Friday-Sunday combo. And that's another reason why I went with Pell Larson over some of the other guys because New Orleans plays on Friday and Sunday. And so you're not going to need to stream those guys because you're going to be full with your regular dudes.
Yeah. And I mean, you're exactly right. And it's no coincidence that Pell Larson has played well in 3 straight because he started all 3 of those games. He's in the starting lineup. He looks good. I mean, the guys on the Celtics broadcast last night were like, man, I don't know why they haven't been playing him all year. He looks great. He's a rookie, but he looks great. Like, he's killing us. They don't need Jaime Jaquez. They don't need these other guys. I think Pell Larson is about as hot as it gets, just in the fact that he's available everywhere. And let's say you've got this is news that people may or may not know, but let's say you've got, is it DeLon Wright that's playing point guard for the Knicks right now?
Correct.
Jalen Brunson is supposed to play on either Saturday or Sunday against the Hawks or Phoenix. And I just saw that on NBA TV. That means DeLon Wright's going away. If you're sitting on DeLon Wright and waiting for this weekend to get here, cut him and pick up Pell Larson.
Wait a second. You're helping me out right now. I have DeLon. I'm down to 1 move left, bro. I picked up Orlando Robinson last night, Doc, at the Cam Dynasty. He's got, starting tonight, Toronto's got 3 games left, guys. Exciting, right? And so I picked up Orlando Robinson. 2 of those 3 games are going to be Orlando Robinson games because Pirtle rests every other game. So they have 3 games left. Pirtle will rest in 2 of those 3 remaining games based on the pattern they have shown us. And so we'll have more on that again in our preview show that starts at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Just saying. I know you've been telling me to pick up Orlando Robinson, so I pulled the trigger on him in the Cam Dynasty. I'm down to 1 move left, and it may be cutting DeLon Wright. You may have just helped me out with that last move.
Sweet. That's what I'm here for, bro.
You the man. Give me some of your must-add guys.
All right. My head is spinning right. There's so much going on right now. It's hard to even keep track of it. Well, I had DeLon Wright written down because as long as McBride and Brunson are out, you want to roll with DeLon Wright. But they don't know if he's going to play Saturday or if he's going to play Sunday. But I would bet money that Jalen Brunson is going to play in one of those 2 games based on what the report I just saw on NBA TV. So I don't think DeLon Wright is a hot pickup any longer. I do like KJ Simpson. His line last night was 9, 5, and 4 with a block and a 3. He played 31 minutes. He's starting at point guard for Charlotte. LaMelo's done. Damian Baugh, my boy, came back and hit 1 of 9 shots. I think KJ Simpson is good to go the rest of the way, despite last night's lackluster line. We mentioned Bub Carrington. He's been on a heater, man. 5 threes, 19.7 dimes. Pell Larson, talked about him. Davion Mitchell, Rick, 13 points, 4 boards, 7 assists, 3 steals, 3 threes. He's playing a lot of minutes off that Heat bench. They don't play Jaquez. Terry Rozier was a DNP last night. Davion Mitchell is kind of a thing right now. I haven't looked at the Heat schedule, but he's a thing. Filipowski, we talk about him constantly. I think you called the Isaiah Collier game possibly. 7 of 11, 2 threes, 22 points, 10 dimes and a block, and 5 boards. Isaiah Collier is where it's at right now in Utah. The Champagny brothers, both of them are playing well. You were kind of looking for Julian to fall off after a couple good games, but he did it again. 14 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, a steal, a block, 2 threes, 32 minutes. Justin had 8 points, 11 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block in 30 minutes for Washington. Love both those dudes right now. I'm just going to rattle these last few off. Harry B., 20 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, and a steal.
Hold on. Are you after a year of banging on Harry B? You're now on Harry B as we have 4 days left in the fantasy season and like a week and a half left in the regular season. And now you're hitting us with some love and flowers for Harry B. Are you serious?
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know how it happened, but Harry B has 2 steals, 3 threes, or he had 24 points, 2 steals, and 3 threes in the last game. Or no, 24. He's had 2 really good games in a row. My numbers are all jacked. I got the same numbers written down twice. But yeah, I think he had 20 the game before and 24 in the other one, with a bunch of steals and a bunch of threes in both of them. If you're going to do that nightly, Harry B, I can roll with you. And the Spurs Sohan's banged up, like he's healthy and he's playing. So I'm kind of in on Harry B for the moment, not next year. No way. My last couple guys, Bogdanovich for the Clippers had 16 points and 4 threes in 26 minutes last night. My boy, who's the dude that comes off the bench for them?
Which team?
For the Clippers. The guy that
a bunch of them.
Bogey, the guy that backs him.
Batum.
Who did you say first?
Bogey, Coffee, Batum.
Oh, Amir Coffey. Amir Coffey's out right now. So Bogdanovich has kind of been balling. 16 points, 4 threes, not a lot else. And then Tim Hardaway and Dennis Schroeder and Cason Wallace all had good games again. And I think Dennis Schroeder is sort of a must-have with Cade Cunningham out. Hardaway, who I don't trust at all, every night right now, he's kind of going off. And then Cason Wallace's game wasn't done when I wrote him down, but he had another good game for OKC, and he's good.
So on the Miami Heat, Doc, you gave me a lot to chew on there. Davion Mitchell coming off the bench, Doc. Again, Doc looks at every box score. I look at every box score. We don't just look at it, we analyze it. Brew as well. But Davion Mitchell coming off the bench has hurt my perception of him, Doc, and his lines have sort of, they haven't piled up in my brain. Let's put it that way, right? Like I'll see a line, 12 points, 7 boards, 2 steals, like, okay, all right. But they weren't accumulating in my brain, right? For some reason, probably because he's coming off the bench and Miami's got this weird rotation, right? Dude, you just hit a home run for people with this. Because I don't know if Davion Mitchell is available in your league. He is, oh my God, 16% rostered in Yahoo leagues. That is unreal. I thought he'd be in the 40s. Guys, Doc has just unlocked a stud for you. He has. Listen to me. First of all, it's when Miami plays. They play tonight, Doc, and they play Saturday. These are the nights where you're going to need Davion Mitchell and Pell Larson. Again, Friday, full night, Sunday, full day, okay? I've looked at my lineups Friday and Sunday. I'm not going to have a problem having a completely full lineup, if not almost full, okay? Thursday and Saturday are the more challenging days to roster guys. Davion Mitchell, over the last 2 weeks, is at 12 points, 3 boards, 6.5 assists, 1.5 steals, 2 threes. That's a rosterable line. That's not a waiver wire line right there. The minutes, as Doc said, it's 32, 33, 35, 34. Spo is playing him start. Basically, he doesn't start And then once he comes in the game, he does not leave the game. It's kind of like that. So I really think that's a home run by you, Doc. I do. That's a Judgian blast at the stadium.
Well, and we know that they like him because he plays defense, and that's why point guards don't score against that team. And I think you're right. He doesn't start, but they don't play Terry Rozier anymore, and they don't play Jaime Jaquez, and Jovic is gone. Like it's been Davion Mitchell, and he's just quietly, like you said, been flying under the radar because he never pops ever, but he's steady. He's been very steady.
I would much rather have Davion Mitchell than DeLon Wright going into the weekend. I would rather have Davion Mitchell than Jared Butler. And you know, we're getting later in the week here. I don't know how many moves you guys have left, okay? But again, Thursday and Saturday are the days you need to target. And you need to do that work today to get the Thursday-Saturday combo, because once you get to Friday, then Friday and Sunday are going to be easy to fill. You'll have that one weird day. So capitalize on a man game opportunity tonight going into Thursday night. And Davion Mitchell and Pell Larson are your guys for that. All right, Doc, Isaiah Collier, just wanted to shout him out. We had the point prop over on him at, I believe, 10.5 or 11.5. That was easy money, baby. 22, 5, and 10. You went into him a little bit. Alex Sarr, Doc, I want to talk about him. First of all, he had a bounce back game. Okay, so he's back in the good graces. What was he, 3 of 17 in that game previously? So again, like we talk about, you fade guys coming off of the act of God game, and you go for guys coming out of wreckage. All right. Last night, Sarr, 15, 4, and 1, 1 block, 1 steal, 3 threes, shot 6 of 9 in 26 minutes. But Doc, here's some betting advice for the people. All right. The Ricky Props process. Let me take you into my lab. Okay. I first of all look at the injury reports to see who's in, who's out, and how that may like activate different guys, right? Because if you really want value with prop bets, you got to go to the fringe. You can't go to Giannis and Steph and LeBron and Luka. There's no value there. Brewski said it on Monday. It's gambling. Okay, if you play the point prop over on Tatum because you think you've got it dialed in that night like I did and I failed. Okay, and Brew is right. He said, I'm not with you on the Tatum over. To me, that's gambling. It's a great line by Brewski. Because the top of the line guys are all priced out. Okay, so you go down to the Bub Carringtons, the Isaiah Colliers. I'll give you a little preview of our preview show, which comes up at 11 a.m. I like Jamal Shed tonight, Doc. I like the point prop over at 11.5, right? Because there's no Quickly tonight. Okay, so you go to the fringe. That's where there's value right now. There was value with Collier. But here's the thing with Alex Sarr, Doc. I had a vibe coming off the 3 of 17. I want to play the point prop over on Alex Sarr. And I usually do that like the night before. And then the morning before we do the show, I go check the lines, right? And I go and I see Alex Sarr, 16.5 was his point prop for last night's game. And I'm like, I got a little tickle for Sarr. But I ain't going 16.5, brother. You got me effed up. Guess what, Doc? He had 15 points. Guess what, Doc? The number I wanted him to be at was 13.5 or 14.5, and I would have played the over. So you got to know when to strike and when not to strike, and when a line is overvalued and when a line is like pounceable. And I just wanted to bring up that example to you. You can have a vibe on a guy, but it doesn't mean that you have to play that prop because the prop may be priced out. Shout out to Alex Sarr for a bounce back game. Doc, have you noticed Klay Thompson, now that the games matter for Dallas, he's clicked back in. 17 points, 13 points, 20 points, 12 points. Doc, he has 15 threes in his last 4 games. Klay Thompson is a helpful guy right now. And Klay might actually play both of that back-to-back for Dallas this weekend. Doc, Osar Thompson needs a shout-out, dude. And if he's on waivers, I know he's plus 50% rostered in Yahoo leagues. And especially with Cade Cunningham out, Osar has ascended here. 13 points, 14 points, 18 points, 14 points. Doc, I'm not sure he's ever had 4 games like that in a row, scoring like that in his career, for real. Over that 4-game stretch, he has 7 threes, 7 steals, and 7 blocks. 14 defensive goodies over a 4-game period. Guys, Osar Thompson's killing it right now. And then finally, Doc, Cason Wallace, another guy under the radar. You don't know if he's going to start. The Aaron Wiggins being out thing has really helped him. Last night, Cason Wallace, 13, 5, and 4, 3 steals. This is I put LY. That usually stands for last year for me. Oh, last 4. He's gone 13, 10, 14, 10. I write in shorthand. And over these 4 games, Doc, he has 11 steals and 19 assists. Cason Wallace has been a good little player, man. And people should look at him on their waiver wire. As we transition to some drops.
I have a bunch of notes here about guys on the fringe of being pickups. You think we have time to go into some of that, or should we do that at the end of the show? Go.
Just do, go. Do your thing, bro.
We didn't mention any of the Pelicans, and there's 6 of them, right? That we have to choose from every night.
It was 5 or 6. Actually, with Makovich, I think it is 6.
It's Olynyk, Brown, Messi, Alvarado, Reeves, Keon Brooks, and Matkovich. So it's like 8.
That's 7 guys. That's 7 guys I just counted.
All right. So I rolled with Reeves in a prop yesterday, but he had 11 points, 1 assist, and 1 3 in 33 minutes. Like, he does nothing else but maybe score points. Do not roll with Reeves in fantasy. Keon Brooks, 6 points, 22 minutes. No, I'm not messing with that. You want to mess with Alvarado, Messi. Bruce Brown popped again last night. 16 points, 5 boards, 2 steals of 3. Olynyk had 12 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, a steal, 2 threes. And Alvarado had 17 and 10. And Matkovich only played 18 minutes, buzzkill, but he had 10 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals. I think those are the guys you want to rely on in New Orleans. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I agree. I would say, based on Doc, what we saw last night, because you and I were hotter on Reeves and Brooks. We thought New Orleans was going to get smashed, but New Orleans put a fast one on us, Doc. They were competitive in that game for at least 3.5 quarters. So that meant goodies from Olynyk, goodies from Messi, goodies from Jose. When it's an absolute runaway route, then those guys aren't going to be as useful. But, I deviated from it, and shame on me. But remember, we talked yesterday, and I was like, well, I mean, for years we've talked about this. I always tend to go with the guys that start over the guys that come off the bench because there's more of an anchor to minutes. Okay. And I mean, with this situation, Jose Alvarado, Kelly Olynyk, they're just better players than Antonio Reeves and Keon Brooks. So there's that too, right? There's just the talent of the guy that we can't just gloss over. But here's the thing with the New Orleans guys, Doc, because we've got 7 guys to choose from, and we don't really know who's going to fire from night to night, okay? And because they play on Friday and Sunday, which are not going to be really streamer nights for you, I'm kind of out on the New Orleans thing.
I like it. That's good analysis.
So yeah, who are some of your drops, brother?
All right. Well, I was just going to mention Luke Cornett real quick. If Horford and Porzingis do not play, you want Luke Cornett in your lineup, if his first name is even Luke. So that's
cool hand Luke.
That's it. Oh, and shout out my boy Blake Wesley. Got 15 points, 3 threes for my 30 deep squad.
How are you doing? Are you in the lead?
I'm down 3-4-2. We're tied in steals and turnovers. I'm down 3-4 in the others. So it's a battle. He has 18 games left. I have 17. It's totally up in there. All right.
What's up with him dominating you in man games, man? That's
dominating because he had KD who got hurt right before the freaking lineup lock. So we took him out and put a 4-game guy in there, just some scrub that's going off. Like one of these dudes we're talking about, I'm sure. Cason Wallace, maybe. All right.
Who are you dropping?
Zach Risachet had that huge 36-point explosion. You were like, he's done after that one. And he's just kind of been crap ever since. 4 of 11 shooting last night, 9 points. Terrible the game before that. I'm sure now that I've dissed him, he'll come out and have a big game. But Risachet has been bad. Najee Marshall, we called this 6 points, 2 of 6 shooting with AD and Gafford and Lively back. Marshall's donezo. Now, if those guys sit, you got to look at Marshall. Antonio Reeves gets you points and nothing else. We talked about that. Keldon Johnson did not play. He's got a sore back. He only played 18 minutes the game before that, probably because of his sore back. Oh, my back hurts. We're already out of the playoffs. There's no reason he might be done. Rashawn Holmes, doubtful tonight, 2 minutes last game. He's got an injury. Chris Middleton, done. And Terry Rozier, bye-bye. Oh, and I got Lauri Markkanen, Bismack Biyombo, and Ben Simmons on the list as
well. Who was like the fifth guy back? Like fourth or fifth guy back?
Was it Keldon?
Oh, no, Middleton. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Andre Lemouche, our producer, Algorithm Andre. I promise you that Doc has brought up Chris Middleton in the drop segment of our shows more than he's talked about any player in any other segment. I promise. I'm not banging on you. I'm laughing.
No, you're right.
You have told us to drop Middleton since before the season began in draft season. You were telling us not to go. And Andre said, and he was right every time.
You know what's funny?
So true.
When you get into some of your drops, I'm going to go find his rostership percentage because I bet it's over 50.
I guarantee it's over 50. I bet it's over 60 in Yahoo leagues. All right, I will get into some of these guys while you unearth that. Keon Ellis, bro, Keon Ellis, bro, you have 11 points in 3 games, bro, dude. Bye. Goodbye. Keon Ellis can score. Keon Ellis can go fucking Will Chamberlain over the last 8 games of the year. I'm out. Okay? He can start scoring 50 points a game. I'm out. Keon, bro, you can't do this to me, man. I went point prop over on him yesterday at 9.5. He had 2 points.
This
Goodbye.
Sounds personal.
It's not personal. I don't dislike the man. He is turning on us right now, bro. He is. He's got 11 points in 3 games as a starter for the ass-rotten Sacramento Kings. Let me go on a little rant right here. Doc, all year we have said they got to start Keon Ellis over Malik Monk, okay? And at the time, it was the theory. They needed defense, right? Guess what, though, Doc? And maybe there's some blame on Malik Monk here. I don't believe they have won. Maybe they've won 1 game. I think they're 1-3 with this Monk off the bench, Keon Ellis starting thing. What I know is this. They're 1-7 in their last 8 games, Doc. They're dying. They're bleeding out on the battlefield right now after a massive sword wound in a medieval fight, okay? They got to go back to Malik Monk starting and Keon Ellis coming off the bench because they got to activate Malik Monk, who sucked again last night. And Keon Ellis sucks as a starter. Guess what, Doc? Some guys just aren't starters. Some guys are bench players. Davion Mitchell is that guy, Doc. When Davion Mitchell starts, it seems like he's in over his head. He's not talented enough, blah, blah, blah. Comes off the bench, it's working. He's playing the best ball of his life right now, okay? And Keon Ellis plays, I bet you his best games are off the bench and not from the starting lineup, Doc. And I haven't looked at the game log. But to me, Doug Christie needs to go, all right, I tried it. It's not working. We got to go back to Malik Monk in the starting lineup. And, Doc, if they do that, Malik Monk will go back to 25-5. Keon Ellis will go back to being that bird dog defensive dude. So, there, I'm over it, dude. It's Sacramento, dysfunctional again, shocking.
It's interesting because here's the starters' minutes for Sacramento last night. 35, 35, 35, 40, and 22. Keon played 22. Malik played 35 off the bench. Just flip them around. Give Keon his 22, 25 minutes off the bench. Let Malik Monk start. Get him out of his own head. Your team sucks. Hello, you've fallen behind the Dallas Mavericks, for God's sake. Like, you suck. You're 1-7 in your last 8 games. This is not working. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
But this is us over here. Doug Christie's got to take. I love Doug Christie, by the way. He's my guy. And he's trying to do the right thing and all this kind of stuff. And I get it. And like it was a stale theory. And look, it also, you've got to have player buy-in, Doc. And if Malik Monk is not buying into this, and if he's sulking, Malik Monk has been trash. He's a 100 times better player than he's playing right now. He's not into it. They've lost him mentally. He is checked out. So I wanted to have that Sacramento conversation with you. I'll keep this short and sweet. Strus, Hunter, Okoro, Merrill. I'm just over it. George Niang, super over it. Danny Gafford, to me, is a waiver wire guy. He's not going to play in both of Dallas's 2 remaining games. He's got 1 game left this week. It's probably going to be a bench game behind Lively. Move on with your life. I'm so glad I didn't pick him up on Monday morning, Doc. Remember I told you that story? I see Danny Gafford probable. Dude, I was like this with the phone, like ready to push that, but I was like, nope, check up, bro. Something told me, wait. Yes, so glad I did. And I got to bang on Keldon Johnson. Goodbye. Okay, I've cut him in the Cam Dynasty, Doc. He didn't play last night. He forced me to go with Makovich because I have a shortage of small forwards right now. Reeves and Braun were off last night. Jalen Johnson and Beal are hurt. And I had Keldon Johnson, who I was going to play. And as soon as he was questionable, like, he ain't playing. And so I picked up Makovich for him. I needed an SF. He was by far the best SF on waivers. And you mentioned the night that he had. It was okay. But yeah, that's it. So the other thing with San Antonio, Doc, they play on Friday and Sunday, okay? So the Champagnes, the Keldon Johnsons, the Harry B's, the Chris Pauls, I'm not into it because you're going to have full lineups on Friday and Sunday. You're not going to need to go to those waiver wire guys on the Spurs. There. Done. You got any more drops, or are we moving on here to risers?
I think we're ready for risers.
Did we give the Middleton roster percentage?
58 in Yahoo, 21% at Sports Ethos.
Well, the heady crew over at Sports Ethos, he should be 21% rostered. That is more indicative of what should be the fantasy life of
he
Chris
should be
Middleton.
0% rostered.
All right, bro. Who you got for some risers, bro?
I'm not an Aaron Nesmith guy, but he had 24 points in his previous game, and then last night he had 16, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 threes, hit 6 of 12 shots. He's kind of balling right now. So Aaron Nesmith. And then Jabari Smith did it again, dude. 15 points, 14 boards, 2 assists, 2 threes. He's hit double figures in 5 straight. He's doubled in 3 of his last 4 games. Jabari Smith is rising. I don't know if he's available in any leagues or not. Doesn't really matter. He's just rising.
I looked him up this morning, Doc, 71% rostered because he's I thought about putting him in the pickup section. He's 71% rostered, and he is balling.
And then Stephon Castle, 15 points, 15 assists, 9 boards. He almost had a trip dub, 2 threes, only hit 6 of 18 shots, or it would have been a monster line.
Bro, I'm like I'm getting ready to go jersey shopping, Doc. I need I've got some cool jerseys, but I need some. You know how you just get to that point? I'm kind of tired of my jerseys. I need some new ones to infuse, and then and absence will make the heart grow fonder with the other ones that I have. Stephon Castle's in the running, dude. And I'm doing like Amen Thompson. I got to get me an Amen Thompson jersey, dude. Who are you reaching for right now? I pull the frisbee off the wall.
I think I already showed you this, but the Dyson Daniels.
You've shown us this.
Highly recommend.
Are you ever going to? Are you
what
ever?
A stud! I can't wait to take him in the 2nd round next year, and then stick it in. Dyson Daniels is a baller, dude.
He is. He's not second. He's not a 2nd round pick.
every single
I'm
night.
gonna take Donovan Mitchell, and I'm gonna get 25, 5, and 5 with 1.7 steals, 3.5 threes. And you're gonna take Dyson Daniels with his low PRA and his 3 steals per game. And I'm still getting a guy that's approaching 2 steals per game with all those other goodies. And you are taking a 1 category guy in the second round. I am gonna die on this hill. You guys are crazy if you're taking Dyson Daniels in round 2. Crazy.
Dude, I can't believe he's that high. He's ranked 14th overall, and he shoots 60% from the free throw line. Usually, if you suck at free throws, like BBM will chop you for that.
It'd be like taking Luis Arise over Ozzy Albies at second base. Like, because he hits 330, right? But you're missing out on so many counting numbers. Luis Arise sucks. Never hits home runs, never gets stolen bases. I can't stand Luis Arise in fantasy baseball.
Dude, if you pump free throw percentage, Dyson Daniels comes up at number 7 on this season, in between Luka and Tyrese Halliburton.
Knock yourselves out. You are losing counting numbers. Are you looking at Basketball Monster for those ratings?
Yeah.
You know how I am with Basketball Monster. I use it. I like it, but it's not weighted towards counting numbers. It's weighted towards ratios and efficiency. And so that's where me and the Basketball Monster rating system part ways in the road. I like it. They've got the 1 week, the 2 week. It slots all the guys. You can also go to your Yahoo leagues and you can do the same rankings. If you go to all players, right? And then you do the sort, you do the whole thing. You can go over there and do it too, okay? I am not missing out on counting numbers from a Donovan Mitchell, from a Devin Booker, from a guy like that to get into, some of the point guards out there. Like, what if Trae Young falls to the 13th pick, first pick in the second round? Are you taking Dyson Daniels over Trae Young? Are you high?
It's good stuff. He does only shoot one. He does only shoot 1 point.
Whoa. Stop the music. Are you ready to take Dyson Daniels over your boy Josh Giddey next year in round 2? Because you're probably thinking about Giddey as a round 2 guy right now.
I think I would take Dyson before I'd take Giddey.
Dude, Giddey's the best player in fantasy basketball right now. You're crazy.
You all told me I was crazy when I said that he was a baller.
Zach LaVine was on the team, bro. Zach LaVine was in the way. That's why I said that. Giddey's numbers when Zach LaVine was in there were not nearly what they are right now. You got to give me that.
All I heard was he can't shoot. That's all I heard.
He's proven me wrong with that this year. There's been a lot of big 3-ball games.
And it was coming more from Brewski than you. Brewski was totally off on Giddey, man. He's like, he can't shoot, dude. What? I don't get it. I love it.
Brewski's big with the ratios, dude. Me and him, we're literally on where he's Iceland and I'm Africa with the ratio and counting numbers thing.
I cannot wait to see to when you and Brew and me are all on here in like September or August talking about where we're going to draft Josh Giddey and Dyson Daniels, because I think we're going to be all over the board. I think you're going to be like 4th round, 5th round for Dyson. And who knows where Brew is on Dyson. And I'm like 2nd round, maybe. I'd like to get him in the 3rd, but whatever. That's fun. I can't wait to get going again for next year.
All right, so I'll speed through my risers here because we're getting short on time. Chet Holmgren, thanks. Last night had 6 blocks. He ended a 3-game blockless streak. He went 22, 11, and 4, 6 blocks, 2 steals. Chet is back, if only for a game. I had Castle written down as well, maybe picking up a Castle jersey. I love that dude. Walker Kessler is a human zombie, okay? I thought he was dead. I thought he was buried. He's not dead. He played last night. He's the undead. He's almost dead. He's not fully alive. He's not fully dead. He's a zombie, okay? Walker Kessler last night, 11 and 12, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 28 minutes. Okay, that was surprising. I mentioned Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero, and I'm going to continue to do so. They're risers right now without Wiggins. Bam, 21, 5 and 6, 2 threes. Hero, 25, 6 and 9, 2 steals, 2 threes. Okay. Hero has been 25 or more points in 4 straight games. Jordan Poole, Thank you, Washington medical team, for allowing him to play and give us goodies. Jordan Poole is finishing the season. How about that? Who thought that was going to happen? 23 points last night. DeMar DeRozan is back on a heater. 29 last night was 7 and 8, 31 on Monday. He's had 20 or more points in 11 of the last 12 games. Nothing activating here. You're going to play DeMar DeRozan, just pointing it out. You're on something here. He's killing it here in championship week. I did write down Davion Mitchell. No, that's Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's back on a heater, Doc. I don't know if you've noticed this. 27, 6, and 5 last night. 3 blocks, 1 steal, 3 threes. Thank you in the Cam Dynasty. I'm so star deprived right now. I need Mitchell to have these games. Miles Turner came back last night with a salty game, 15, 9, and 2, 2 blocks, 3 threes. Let's go. I was so excited when I got the news that Turner was in. I have him in a championship game in a cash league, and I could not suffer 2 DMPs from Turner. Had to have him back last night. Who are some of your followers, Doc, after what we saw on Wednesday night?
Well, after Fred VanVleet hit 2 of 14 shots and has generally sucked in like 5 of his last 7 games, he got a surprise. I don't know if it was a surprise, but he got a DNP with an ankle injury last night, man. This has been a rough ride in the championship weeks if you have Fred VanVleet. It has been an unmitigated disaster. So I'm sorry. It's just, he's terrible right now. Pascal Siakam, thanks for the 15 points, bro. Like, what is he doing? He's like Tobias Harris out there now. It's awful. Keon Ellis is on my fallers list. We don't need to say anything more about Keon. Malik Monk is on my fallers list. 4 of 13, 2 of 9 from downtown, 13 points. Thanks. Tobias Harris, 18 or fewer points in 8 straight games. He had 10 points last night, and he hurt his back last night, and he is doubtful for his next game. Or no, he hurt his right Achilles tendinopathy. Is that right?
Yeah, there you go.
So Tobias Harris did not return last night. I've been down on him all year too. So yeah, Tobias Harris, cut him.
Cut him. Cade Cunningham, don't cut him because he could come back any game. The look he had, like, Cade, come on back, dude. We need you. It's time. Chop, chop. Let's play basketball. You got to start getting this thing cranked back up for the playoffs, man. Oh, dude, Cam Dynasty, Doc. It's Jalen Johnson. It's Jamal Murray. It's Bradley Beal. It's Cade Cunningham. Like, trying to close the deal here and win a championship. Yes, the crank strategy is being deployed right now by me. And I actually cried about it on Twitter last night. I screenshot my injured guys. Horford's on there, and I got another good player on there too, who's escaping me. Oh, LeBron James. I stashed him in the injury section last night, Doc, to make the Matkovich move. And I'll be maneuvering LeBron back in my lineup. I believe they play tonight. Lakers play tonight against Golden State. Followers for me, and we'll get out of here. Jamal Murray. Bro, thanks. Jamal, again, like I just said with Cade, you and Cade Cunningham and Bradley Beal all helped me win a fantasy chip last year of the Cam Dynasty. I need these guys, Doc. Bradley Beal, stop being soft, bro. Come back. Come back. Dude, if I get Murray, Beal, and Cade back for the weekend, I think I might do this. I think I might repeat. If all 3 of those guys, like, miss, like, the whole rest of the week, I don't know, bro. I'm in it. I'm playing a very good team. Paul Charchi and Randy Shaver. Shout out to them.
I feel like we should have been a little more intuitive about the Denver shutdown last night because they played that double overtime game the night before. It was less than 24 hours before they were back out there again. We saw that Jokic was probable and everybody else was questionable. You know, I wish I would have said they're not playing these dudes again tonight after that, but I thought they might. But no, they played the G League squad and Russell Westbrook.
Hey, Doc, you can regret what you said. I don't regret anything that I said, okay? Because Denver, with that forfeiture they forfeited a game last night.
They did.
Literally forfeited a game. Okay. They are now in 4th place because of that. That's why you don't punt that game last night. Okay. That's why us as analysts, we thought that Porter and Murray would come back. Gordon would sit out, right? He wouldn't play in the back-to-back. Jokic would play because he's a robot. And I think Jokic probably wanted to play, but they made the decision, we're just forfeiting a game, Jokic, so you're off tonight. It's bull crap. We did nothing wrong. Denver, they started Hunter fucking Tyson last night, Doc, and this is how you fall to 4 in the West, okay? I'm not mad at what we said at all. No regrets over here. Mikal Bridges, Doc, where's his game at, bro? 8 points last night, 14 the game before. And then finally, Peyton Pritchard, last 3 games, Doc, he's been awful. 10 points, 5 points, and 7 points. He is only able to laugh at one player right now. And that player that he can laugh at and ridicule is Keon Ellis. Last word of the show right there. One more bang.
It's not. It's not, because guess what? Guess who Denver's next game is against?
I don't know.
The Golden State Warriors.
And they are currently the 4-5 in the West.
They are the 4-5 in the West. There's a 2-game difference. If Golden State wins that game tomorrow night, on Friday night, it's a 1-game margin to lose home court advantage if you're Denver.
Wow. So you forfeited a game, Denver. Let's keep this game in mind, Doc. If Denver finishes 5th and it's like, oh my God, I can't believe Denver's 5th. It's because you forfeited a fucking game. You should, dude, if they played Jokic and rested all of those other guys, they beat San Antonio last night. Watson, Brown, Gordon, Murray, Porter. If you play Jokic and Westbrook, you win that game last night.
And Golden State plays the Lakers tonight on TNT. So they've got a chance, if they win that game, to gain another half game on them. So it could be down to a half game after Friday.
Wow. Great points, dude. Doc, you the man. We out, okay? We're going to be back up in 2 minutes with the preview show here. For Andre Lemouche, for Hall of Famer Steve Alexander, I'm Rick Kamla. A couple of reminders before we get out of here, guys. Please download the Sports Ethos app. Don't download it. Go to I guess you do download it. Go to your favorite app store. Get the Sports Ethos app. Go to the website, sportsethos.com. Peruse our smorgasbord of fantasy information for you. Get a membership going over there. Subscribe to the Fantasy NBA Today podcast. Subscribe to the Sports Ethos YouTube channel as well. We really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you soon. Matter of fact, in 1 minute with the preview show heading into Thursday night. This episode has been a blast, and we look forward to seeing you in just a bit for the preview of Thursday night. See you.